After you're done with the logic, as a PLC programmer, the first thing that you need to do is to test the logic using the simulator and make sure that it works exactly as expected before you download it to the PLC. To run the PLC simulator in Step 7, I'll go back to the Schematic Manager, and then on the toolbar, I'll click on this icon that says Simulation On-Off. This little window is the PLC simulator in Step 7, which works exactly as an actual PLC. This window here simulates the CPU module with all the main indicators that you would see on a real CPU module. Now, in addition to the CPU, I also have a digital input and a digital output card in the hardware. So, to be able to test the PLC program, I need to add these two cards in the simulator as well. To add an input in the simulator, from the Insert menu, I'll select Input Variable. This gives me 1 byte, or 8 inputs. The addresses that I have for my input card here start at byte 0 in the input addresses and continue to byte 3. This means I have 4 bytes of 0, 1, 2, and 3 as the addresses for this card, which gives me 32 inputs to use in my PLC program. To be able to test all of these inputs in the simulator, I can go ahead and add 3 additional sets of inputs. The address for the first one is 0. I'll change the address for the second one to 1, the next one to 2, and the last one to 3. Now, I have all 32 inputs of the input card in the simulator. But I've only used 2 inputs from byte 0 for the start and the stop switches in my PLC program, so having this byte in the simulator is enough. The same goes for the outputs. I have 16 outputs, which include bytes 4 and 5 from the output addresses, but I've only used some of the bits from byte 4 in the PLC program, so I only need to add 1 output from the Insert menu, and then change the address to 4. To have the simulator always viewable on the screen, from the View menu, I'll select Always on Top. As you can see, the simulator is currently in the stop mode, so I'll select Run and P here. Now, all I need to do is download the program to the simulator. For that, I'll select the PLC in the project tree and then click on the Download icon in the toolbar. This will download both the hardware and the logic to the simulator. Here, it asks me if I want to replace the current system data in the hardware with the offline version. I'll click Yes. Now, it gives me a warning that since what I'm downloading to the simulator includes the hardware configuration, the CPU will go to the stop mode. I'll click OK here, and as you can see, it starts downloading the program to the simulator. The CPU is now in the stop mode since I downloaded the hardware configuration along with the logic. Now, it asks me if I want to run the CPU again. I'll click Yes, and the CPU runs again. Okay, now the whole project has been downloaded to the simulator successfully. And now I can start testing my PLC program. One thing to take note of here is that if you're having problems connecting to the simulator, you should check and see whether you've already told the software that you're going to connect to the simulator or not. What do I mean by that? By that I mean, before connecting the software to the PLC or the simulator, you should always specify what you're going to connect to and how. For instance, if you're going to connect the software to the simulator, you should define that in the software before connecting to the simulator. Or, if you're going to connect to a PLC through a PC adapter, you need to do a very quick configuration in the software and let it know where it should be expecting to connect. Now, how do you do that, you ask? It's very simple. For that, in the option menu, you should choose Set PG PC Interface for this little window to pop up. Here, in the Interface Parameter Assignment, you can see different methods of connecting to the simulator or the PLC. For connecting to the simulator, you should always choose PLC SIM MPI. By doing this, the software already knows and expects to be connected to a simulator, not a PLC. There are also other options for connecting the software to another external software or device. But don't be scared. Most of these options are rarely used, and we usually use 2 or 3 of them here. For instance, when you want to connect to a real PLC using the PC adapter, you need to choose PC Adapter MPI here. So it's very simple and straightforward. You should always let the software know where it's going to be connected so that it is able to recognize the device or the software. I've already selected PLC SIM MPI, which tells the software that I'm going to connect to the simulator. So, I'll leave this as it is and click Cancel. In the next lesson, I'm going to test the logic in the online mode to see if it works as I want it to. Many of you have expressed that this is the easiest lesson learning environment that you've come across. We've heard many of you expressing how much you're enjoying this content. If this is your position, please communicate your appreciation of our videos with a like. The more likes we get, the more enthusiastic we are to continue to provide this content in the future. So show us your love now and like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. That way, each new video will be sent to you as it's published. In addition to the likes and subscribes, make sure that you head over to RealPars.com to find even more training material for all of your PLC programming needs. We offer many videos to assist you in learning PLC programming and landing that job in the high-paying, highly sought-after field of automation and controls engineering. Go to RealPars.com and subscribe to our highly effective training series now.